Rocky Balboa, Ivan Drago in the same movie again. Rocky 4 times 2. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Creed 2, the latest film in the Creed Balboa saga. It's directed by Steve Caple Jr. and stars, of course, Michael B. Jordan as Creed, Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa, Tessa Thompson as Bianca, Phylicia Rashad as Mary Ann Creed, and Dolph Lundgren back as Ivan Drago. So, Creed 2 basically takes place right after Creed. Creed himself, Michael B. Jordan, has just won the heavyweight title. He has a family coming along the way with Tessa Thompson's character. They're just getting married, and he has everything going for him. Well, as things do in sequels, you have to have that bigger, badder, bad guy. Along comes Drago's kid, who is mean, he's tough, he kicks everybody's butt. Everybody goes down in the first, second, third rounds, and he challenges Creed to a match. And what happens in every single sequel? The main character goes down, goes out for the count. The bad guy is the more, intense character. He wins. And what we do, we have to rise ourselves up like any sequel. And you see where I'm going with this. This is a typical sequel. It is written by Sylvester Stallone instead of Ryan Coogler, who was doing Black Panther. So this has all the trappings of a sequel. This has all we're going to rise down, break the character down, rise it up, and we're going to have our great finale at the end. And that's where this movie falls flat, because the characters, as well written as they are, when you get to the end, you know exactly where this movie's going to go. You know exactly how it's going to play out. You know who's going to win, who's not going to win. You know how it's going to end in the middle. And I find that not fun to watch because it's been done 1,000 times over. And that's not to say Creed 2 is bad, but I'm just saying that it has a problem with sequelitis. Creed, okay, let me put in this perspective. The Rocky series, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm going to admit to it. Rocky's good. The rest of them are not. I know people like Mr. T. I know people like Dolph Lundgren. I know a lot of people like the Rocky Balboa movie, but I just didn't find I found the series boring. And that's fine if you hate me for that, but I found it boring. So when Ryan Coogler signed on to do Creed, he had pretty much only done Fruitvale Station, which was a really good movie. So I had some hope for this movie. I saw the trailers. I'm like, this is going to be another Creed, Rocky Balboa movie. And then the movie came out, and it was phenomenal. This is a great movie. This is a movie that takes a character that is well loved, puts him into a real situation scenario of him having cancer, and then you have the son of a main character who dies by the hands of Ivan Drago, and they become friends and they become pals, and Rocky Balboa trains the young Creed, and they win the match. And it's a heartwarming story. It's heartfelt. It's very intriguing. And it's very realistic, unlike the Rocky movies. And it was one of my favorite movies that come out that year. Okay, so forward a couple 2-3 years later, we get Creed 2, and this just falls right back in the same trappings. I will say that for the first half of the movie, when you see, just the family life, you see, Michael B. Jordan's character, Tessa Thompson's character, how they react to each other. That's when the movie does work, because it's really special. They have great chemistry together. When, the mom, played by Phylicia Rashad, who was in the Cosby Show, comes back. She has a lot of great emotional arcs in this movie that really propels Michael B. Jordan's character. But the problem is Michael B. Jordan is so focused on Ivan Drago's son that he loses all focus on what's reality, and that's that he's going to have a kid with his now wife. And Rocky tells him, you got to worry about your family, but he doesn't want to do that. He goes down for the count, and he gets hurt, and his mind gets messed up. And that's when this movie does work. And I'm going to say it does work at that point. But when it starts getting into the boxing stuff, it was done so much better in the first movie that it feels like they're going for another Rocky 4. It feels like they're trying to revenge what happened to Creed and Rocky 4. And it just doesn't work here. That's not the type of movie we're telling. We're talking about a guy who has to be there for his family, and that's not what we're getting in this movie. And that's why it bothers me so much. And that's not to say it's a bad movie, because you're still going to be entertained. It's one of the better sequels, but it's just, I feel like there could be so much more that's missing. And maybe it's because Ryan Coogler is not there, and instead he was doing Black Panther, which, more power to him, because Black Panther was a successful film, a really successful film, better than Avengers Infinity War, if that says anything, and his possible Best Picture nomination. And that's what's missing here, I guess, is Ryan Coogler is not directing this movie, because I just feel that using Ivan Drago is more just a Easter egg nostalgia trip than a serious plot point. And they bring Bridget Nielsen as Ivan Drago's ex-wife, and she's like now dating this weird count, head of Russia or whatever. And they play off that. It's too sappy, and I just feel like that Ivan Drago and his son are more plot devices than anything. And it's kind of sucks, because Dolph Lundgren is a pretty decent actor and he deserves a lot more. But that's not what we're getting here. We're getting a roadblock for Creed to prove himself to be a better man than his father was. And like I said, I love Michael B. Jordan. I love Tessa Thompson. Like Sylvester Stallone. All these characters are great. Michael B. Jordan is one of the best living actors right now. Tessa Thompson is one of the great actresses working right now. But I just don't think that this works as a movie taking place right after the original, which was so powerful and emotional and gripping, that when you go into this like fantastical storyline that plays out kind of poorly, I just don't think it works. So, but that's it. That's not to say movie's not fun, like I said before, but take that for what it's worth. Go see Creed 2 if you liked Creed. You might enjoy it more than I did. So, but that's it. That's going to be my take on Creed 2. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Comment below on what you think about Rocky in general, what you think about Creed. Let me know, what your favorite part about this series is. Like I said, Creed, one of the best movies that came out that year. So, but that's it. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace. I got inside my